Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news, all right. Folks, buckle up because what's circulating around the NFL right now is nothing short of seismic, especially for us Giants fans. Rumors are swirling that the Denver Broncos are eyeing a significant move that could have ripple effects across the NFC East, and more importantly, shape our team's future. It's all about Patrick Surtain, the lockdown cornerback from Alabama who's been lighting up the league with his talent. The buzz is that the Broncos might be looking to trade Surtain in the offseason, particularly after the trade deadline window closes, and this could be a game changer for the Giants' secondary and overall defense. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why would Denver consider such a move? The Broncos, currently sitting at 7-7 with a cap space of around $2.7 million, are in a bit of a transition mode. Their secondary has allowed roughly 220 yards per game through the air, and while Surtain is one of the top young cornerbacks in the league, Denver is in desperate need of cap relief, especially with their quarterback situation still up in the air. His contract demands around $22 million annually, which is a hefty price tag for a team focused on rebuilding and reworking their roster. The organization's focus seems to be on acquiring picks and young prospects to build around, especially on offense, as they look to develop their future core. But for us Giants fans, what does this mean? Well, if the reports are true and the Giants manage to land Surtain, it would be nothing short of historic. Imagine pairing him with our current cornerbacks, like Banks, forming a true lockdown duo that could elevate our entire defense into the top tier. Right now, our secondary is ranked with a PFF grade of 68, and we're allowing around 28 points per game. That's acceptable, but with a player of Surtain's caliber, we could seriously tighten things up. His ability to neutralize elite wide receivers like A.J. Brown would be a massive upgrade, especially considering how many deep plays we've been exposed to this season. Surtain's impact in 2025 has been impressive. He's posted a PFF grade of 90. 2 through 11 games, with 2 interceptions and 26 tackles. He's allowed receptions on just 45% of targets, which is elite, and his EPA per target sits at -0.25. That means he's consistently making plays that negate big gains for the offense. His average separation is just 1.4 yards, and he's been a lockdown presence, especially when it comes to covering the opponent's top receiver. His career stats are noteworthy: 76 games played, 198 tackles, 12 interceptions, and a couple of forced fumbles. His missed tackle rate is only 5.2%, which is stellar for a cornerback. Now let's talk about his injury history because that's always a factor in these big trades. Surtain suffered a shoulder injury in Week 7, missing 3 games, but he made a strong statement in Week 1 against the Chiefs with 2 pass breakups. His resilience and ability to bounce back are part of what makes him such an appealing target. Historically, players like Gilmore have shown that a cornerback can transform a defense when healthy, and Surtain has that potential. His presence would be a game changer for the Giants, especially if we're looking to boost our playoff chances and build a defense that can really contend in the NFC. But let's not forget the bigger picture. The Broncos, with their current record and cap constraints, might see Surtain as expendable if they're looking to cut costs or acquire draft picks to accelerate their rebuild. Trading him to a contender like the Giants would make sense, especially since we're in a bit of a transitional phase ourselves. Our secondary has struggled with consistency, and adding a player of Surtain's caliber could help us close the gap. Our current defense is allowing around 250 yards per game through the air, which is a weak spot we've been trying to address all season. Locking down a top-tier corner could be the piece that pushes us over the edge, especially with the playoffs in sight. Looking ahead, if the Giants do manage to pull off this trade, it could elevate the entire unit into a top 10 secondary, a real game-changer. With Okrek now in the mix, our defense is rising, and Surtain would be the cherry on top. His history of elevating defenses, similar to what Stephon Gilmore accomplished in 2019, suggests that he could boost our interception total significantly. Projecting his impact, We might see a jump from our current tally to around 5 interceptions in the upcoming seasons. And that's exactly what we need to turn our defense into a real force. Now, let's talk about the NFC East implications, because this isn't just about us. The division has become incredibly competitive, with teams like the Eagles and Cowboys boasting strong defenses and dynamic offenses. If Certain joins the Giants, it could be a huge boost in our quest to topple those rivals. His ability to shut down deep threats and lock down WR1s like A.J. Brown would be instrumental in those crucial divisional matchups, especially as we gear up for the postseason. Betting odds already favor Certain as an X-factor in playoff coverage, with some sportsbooks increasing his value from +50, 0 to +20, 0 in Super Bowl odds. That's a clear indication of how much he can influence a team's success, especially in high-pressure playoff scenarios. Now I want you to think about what this move could mean in the long run. If the Giants secure Certain, it's not just about this season. It's about laying the foundation for a potential dynasty in Meadowlands. A cornerback of his caliber, paired with our existing talent and a developing pass rush, could turn our defense into a nightmare for any offense. It would be a statement move, one that says we're not just here to compete, but to dominate. And with our offense still looking to improve, especially in the passing game, having a defense that can shut down top-tier receivers makes everything easier for Daniel Jones and our offensive line to execute. Of course, there are risks involved. Trading for a player like Certain isn't cheap, and we'd have to give up significant draft capital or perhaps other assets. But if the price is right, and it means sealing a top-tier corner to anchor our secondary for years to come, it might just be worth it. The Giants have a history of making bold moves when it counts, and this could be one of those moments. Imagine a future where Certain is patrolling the Meadowlands, locking down WR1s, and helping us turn our defense into a fortress. The fans would love it, the players would thrive, and we'd be one step closer to returning to the promised land. In summary, the potential trade for Patrick Certain II is shaping up to be one of the most exciting storylines of the offseason for the Giants. It's a move that could redefine our secondary, boost our playoff aspirations, and solidify our defense as a top 10 unit in the league. The stakes are high, but the reward could be even higher. This is exactly the kind of bold step that could put us over the edge and set us up for sustained success in the NFC East and beyond. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster? Do you believe the Giants should go all in and make this move to land Certain? Or do you think it's too risky? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Giants, because at the end of the day, it's all about us, the fans, rallying behind this team and pushing them to greatness. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest New York Giants news. We're in this together, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for our beloved Giants.